so with your little hand towel, you don't need it just yet, but you will need it soon. So make sure it's in arm's reach. Tonight you're going to start lying down on your back. So just adjust yourself, make sure that your feet are fairly close to your bottom, hip distance apart. And I want you to just take 3 breaths here, and every time you breathe out, just feel like your feet soften down into the floor, your pelvis softens down into the floor. Take a breath in, and as you breathe in, try and expand the back of your ribs onto the ground. Then as you breathe out, just let the air leave your body. And again, in. And then breathe out. Just feel like you're relaxing down into the ground. Feel the floor supporting you. One more. And breathe out. Now bring your hands in nice and close to the body, and you're going to go palm up tonight. I want you to just feel like you're open through the front of the shoulders. And then we're just going to start with little pelvic rocks. So without clenching your butt cheeks, you want to feel like you're engaging your low tummy to pull your pubic bone towards your belly button. So we're just rocking the pelvis back and forwards, back and forwards. As the pelvis moves, your low back will touch the floor and then come away. Touch and come away. As you take that pelvis back, feel like all 10 of your toes push down into the ground. Tilt and release. Now we're going to start to actually engage the butt cheeks. So you're going to tilt backwards, squeeze your butt and peel your spine off, 1 vertebra at a time, until your hips are nice and high. Now I want you to keep it up nice and high. Really feel that backwards tilt, so you're feeling a stretch through the front of the hips. Reach out through your knees and feel like you're dragging your heels back to your bottom, so you're getting that back of thigh engagement. Make sure your butt is working. And then as you breathe out, melt your upper back down, then your middle back, then your lower back, then your pelvis. 1 more nice and slow like that. Peel your spine off 1 vertebra at a time. And then roll it back down. And then we're going to quicken the pace. We're going to roll it up. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out. Roll it down. And up. Press all 10 of your toes and your heel into the floor. And back down. Keep going. We've got 8 of these to go. Roll it up. And roll down. Check what your knees are doing. Make sure they're staying in line with your hips. And down. Good. And roll it up. And roll it down. We're just trying to warm up the spine. Get as much movement through with the spine as you can manage. And roll back down. Good. And reach it up. And back down. Keep feeling those inside thighs are engaged. Keeping your legs in line. Up and down. Now, on the next one, you're going to take 1 heel off the floor. I don't mind which one. We're going to do both legs anyway. Keep the heel lifted and come up into a bridge. And roll back down. And up. And down. Good. Keep feeling for that articulation through your spine. And press your hands down into the floor, so you get a bit of work through the back of the arms. Up and down. 4 to go. 4. You should be feeling it a little bit more in the leg that's got the heel lifted. And 2. And last one. Hold. Switch the heels. And roll down. And lift. Articulate down. And lift. Good. Can you feel some warmth through the back of the legs? I hope so. And back down. And lift. Lower. 3 to go. Up and down. 2 and down. Last one. Hold it up. Lift your heels. I want you to keep your heels lifted. Tilt your pelvis backwards. Drop your butt halfway down and press it up. Down and up. Keep tilting your pelvis back. And Keep your knees moving towards one another. Halfway, we've got 5 to go. You should be feeling all around the legs and the butt burning now. 4, 3, 2, hold it up for 10, 9, lift those heels, even weight on the big toe and the little toe side of your foot. 3, 2, 1, roll your spine all the way down. Quick rest. From here, I want you to make sure that your feet are still in line, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, push your right foot into the floor, lift your left leg up to tabletop, and then bring it back down. Right leg lifts, left leg presses into the ground, and back down. As you lift that leg, keep that butt cheek nice and high, up and down. Engage across the front of the tummy. It's like you're gently pulling your belly button away from your t-shirt. 3 more on each side, up and down. Pressing your hands down into the floor. Open up through the front of the chest. 1 more on each side. And roll your spine all the way down. Hug your knees into your chest for me and just rock yourself from side to side. And breathe. 2 more. All right, from there, bring your feet flat on the floor. You're going to stick your feet together so they're stuck. Your thighs are stuck as well. And your hands are going to come out. So they're sort of pointing down at a 45-degree angle. Again, go palms up and feel those shoulders open. Alrighty, from here, you're going to bring your knees and your legs towards the left. Keep your right shoulder pressing down into the floor. Engage your tummy, bring the legs back to the center. Do a few slow ones each direction. This time your legs go to the right. As you go to the right, your left hip is going to have to lift, but I want your left shoulder to stay down. Bring the legs back to the center. So as you twist, you're twisting from just underneath your rib cage. Your pelvis stays as one piece. Bring the legs back to the center. Inhale across. Good. So the thigh, imagine your legs are sort of sticky taped together the whole length of the leg so that they can't slide against one another. 1 more nice and slow, and then we'll pick up the pace. Back to the middle. Breathe in as you go across. Exhale, draw the tummy in as you come back. Now let's increase the pace. Inhale, exhale back. Inhale over, exhale back. 3 more to each side and back. And across and back. Last one to the left and back. Last one to the right and back. Bring your legs up to tabletop. Again, zip them up. Inhale, go to one side. Even more important to press that shoulder down and back. Inhale and back. If this is causing any strain through your tummy, your pelvic floor or your back, just bring your legs back to the floor and keep on going. Cross and back. Cross and back. Press those shoulders down into the ground to stop you from inching forwards and back. Last one to the left. Last one to the right. Bring your legs to the floor. Now you're going to bring your legs over to the right. Grab your tea towel. Pop it behind your head. You're going to let your legs just kind of rest over towards the right. So they're going to be pulling your right hip forwards. Pop the tea towel behind your head. Then I want you to grab a hold with your hands, elbows to the ceiling. As you breathe out, you're going to lift your head, neck and chest by pulling on your head hammock. And back down. And lift and back down. 3 and 4. So your arms are really working to help you lift your head. You should be feeling a lot of work through those obliques. 4. Well, that might have been 5. Let's go. 5 to go. And 4. 3. 2. Last one. Come back to the center with the legs. Keeping your head hammock. We're just going to go up through the center for 1 and 2. So your head hangs heavy in its hammock so that your arms have to do a bit of work. 4 and 5. As you lift your head, neck and chest, feel like your belly is drawing away from your t-shirt. Pelvic floor is drawing up and into you. 4 to go. 4, 3. Feeling that in your arms yet? 1. Now bring your legs so that they're laying over to the right. Now you're twisted, we've got to do the final oblique side. Head hammocks at the ready. Elbows reach to the ceiling and you're going to lift up and back down. Up. If you're only feeling strain through the neck, let your head push into that little hammock and use your arms a little bit more. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Bring your legs up to tabletop and then cross one ankle over the other. Press your hands down into the floor. You're going to bring your tailbone off the ground. Bring your tailbone. Now it doesn't matter if it doesn't come a lot. If your feet are coming all the way up, chances are your legs are doing a lot of work as well. So just engage your tummy. 2 to go. Change the cross at the ankle. And same thing. Lift and up. As you lift your tailbone, press your elbows down into the floor and the backs of your shoulders. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Alrighty, from there, take your left leg and push it down into the floor, and then take your right leg up to the ceiling. Now you can do it with a bent leg as well. It doesn't have to be straight, but I want it to be actively reaching to the ceiling, whichever version you're doing. Turn it out a little bit and you're going to go down, across the other leg, out to the side and back down. So go down, across, up and over. Down, across, up and over. Now, the leg that's moving, that's great. I can see all your legs moving. I want you to focus on what's not moving. Keep your hip really still by pushing that left leg into the floor. Keep your torso really still. And just breathe. We've got 2 more in this direction. Change the direction. Breathing in and out. Bend your knee if you need to. If you're starting to cramp through the front of the hip, just bend your knee. Otherwise, leg is straight. Externally rotating. Keeping everything else nice and still. And then bring that leg down onto the floor. Change the leg. We go up to the ceiling and then externally rotate that leg that's reaching up or that is bent at tabletop. We go down, around, across and up. Down, around, across and up. Good. Engaging through the tummy to help keep you nice and still on the floor as that leg wobbles around. 3 more in this direction. 2, 1. Change directions. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Reach that leg. 8, 9, 10, and rest the leg. Give the front of your hips just a bit of a stretch. Reach your arms overhead and try and stretch your hands and your feet as far away from each other as you can. And just do 5 breaths in that stretched out position. Two more breaths. Now from there, without really using your arms and legs to push you, can you roll over onto your side facing the camera? So can you use your side body to roll you over. And then you're going to come all the way up from there into a high kneel. Right, so you're coming up into a high kneel now. You're going to take one leg out to the side. Pick a leg, you're going to do both sides, so it doesn't really matter which one you start with. Now with this one, you can either have it internally rotated, so your feet are facing forward, or you can externally rotate, whatever feels better for you. I'm going to internally rotate because it just puts my hip in a better position. Hands behind the head, and you're just going to go down and over, down and over. As you go away, you really want to anchor down with that leg by pushing into the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 10. Reach up nice and tall through the crown of the head. You're going to stretch your arms and you're going to rotate one way and come back. Rotate the other way and come back. So in this position, it's really hard to rotate through the pelvis because of the way your legs are. So you have to get that rotation from your torso. Rotate. Again, more oblique work. 3 to go in each direction. Last one this way, and last one that way. Okay, from there you're going to bring your hand down to the floor, so the opposite hand to the leg that's outstretched. Bring your top hand to your waist, and from there you're going to lift your leg to hip height, bring it forward, then bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So you might be feeling it underneath. Keep going. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. So that thigh is staying nice and still. 3 to go. 3, 2, underneath waist is lifted. 1, come up from there. Give your butt a little pat. Hands a little shake. We're going to go back into that position. Same leg, you're going to do circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change directions. 1, 2, 3. Underneath waist is lifted. 4. Belly pulling away from the t-shirt. 6, 7, 8, and come up from there. Change the kneeling knee. Bring the opposite leg out. Hands behind your head. And you're going to go side to side. Side to side. Now you can do this standing if you need to. You just come all the way up and you just go side to side. So standing is fine if the kneeling is not being enjoyed by the knee. 3 more. 1 and 2 and last 1. Arms reach. Press that foot down. You're going to twist one way and back. Twist and back. This can be done seated as well. You don't have to do this one kneeling. Rotate and in. Rotate and in. Rotate and in. 2 more each direction. Last one. Bring your hand down to the floor. Bring that leg up. Bring it forward. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Underneath waist is lifted. Bottom hip is really the one doing the work. 3 to go. 2, and 1. Hold. Come out of there just for a second. Give your hands a little stretch. Come back down. Circles in both directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change. 1, 2, 3. Underneath waist is lifted. Armpits like a drawing up into your body. Good. Nice and controlled with those legs. And come out from there. You're going to come up to standing now. Legs are wider than your hips. Alright, there's a bit of choreography. So you're going to come down into your squat, lift your heels, stand back up and lower. Down into your squat, lift your heels, stand and drop your heels. Down, lift, stand, drop. Down, lift, stand, drop. Good. Down, lift, stand, drop. Imagine you're stuck between 2 panes of glass. So your butt's not stuck out. You're nice and aligned. You're going down, lift, stand. Whoop, lost my balance. Down, lift, stand and drop. Down, lift, stand and drop. One more, then we're going to change the direction. So this time, start standing. You lift the heels, drop into your squat, drop your heels and stand. Lift, drop, drop, stand. Lift, drop, drop. Good. Up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down, up. One more. Down, down, up. And from there, you're going to come onto your hands and knees now. Your toes are tucked underneath you. As you breathe out, you're going to engage your tummy and lift. Hover your knees and back down. And then tummy lifts up, knees lift up. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Look about half a meter in front of you. Up and hover. 3, 2, 1, and lower. And up. 3, 2, 1, and lower. And 2 to go. Up. 3, 2, 1, down. Last one. Lift the knees. 3, 2, 1. Rather than lowering them to the floor, lift your hips up to the ceiling. So a little bit of a downward dog. I want you to pedal your feet out. So you're going to take one heel down as the other one lifts, and then switch, 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 switch. Now, down dog, bend your knees slightly. So I really want you to press the floor away so you're like a triangle. If you've got really flexible hamstrings, you can have your legs all the way out straight. Now what I want you to do is step your hands towards your feet a little bit. And I actually want you to feel like you're rounding through your back, straighten your legs, and reach your fingertips down to the floor. So you're pulling up from underneath, trying to stretch through that low back. So this is elephant. All I want you to do is breathe, pulling the pubic bone in towards the belly button, and just feeling for that connectedness into your lower abdominals. Stretch up through the back of the legs. Reach the fingertips towards the floor. 3, keep pulling the belly upwards. 2, and 1. Bend your knees a little. Bring your fingertips down. Come all the way up. So stack your pelvis onto your thighs. Roll your spine up. 1 vertebra at a time. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out, roll your chin towards your chest. Vertebrae roll down 1 at a time towards the floor. Head is leading the way. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll all the way up. Breathe in at the top. Breathe out, nod your chin to your chest. Roll down from there. On this one, soften your knees a little bit more. Walk your hands out until you're in a 4-point kneeling position again. From here, you're going to take one leg straight out behind you and reach the other arm forwards. We're just going to hold 30 seconds. Draw your belly button up away from the floor. The hand and the knee on the floor, imagine they're drawing towards one another. Really reach that foot and that hand that are in the air, away from each other. Look about 1/2 meter in front of you and pull your chin into your throat. We've got about 10 seconds to go. And rest. Other side, reach the hand and the foot up and away from the floor. Push your leg down into the ground. Feel the knee and the hand on the floor move towards one another. Draw your belly up away from the spine. Look about 1/2 meter in front of you. Stretch your arm and your leg out. Breathe. About 10 seconds to go. Shoulders away from the ears. And rest. From there, can you just do 5 cat-cow? Round your spine as you breathe out. Press the floor away. Breathe in, open through the back of the pelvis. Reach the chest forwards. And breathe out, round. Inhale, reach it forwards. And 3 to go. Round, under. Just stretching your spine through all the planes that it can do. Last one. Find the halfway point. Now this time you're going to take your your right hip towards your right shoulder, and you're going to look at that hip, opening through the left-hand side, and then take your hip the other way. So you're trying to keep the rest of your body fairly still. Move the hips from side to side. 2 more. Last one. And last one. And again, 3 cat-cow. Inhale as you press the chest forwards like you're shining a light out the top of your chest, and round as you breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find your halfway mark and then take your right hand forward as far as you can and almost feel like you're taking your hip away from your shoulder. So you get that big stretch up through the right hand side. And then bring the hand back underneath you. And then take the left hand, reach it forward as far as you can. Pull that hip back in the opposite direction and just breathe through that stretch. And bring it back underneath you. You're going to come onto your hands and knees now. Interlace your fingers in front of you. You're going to turn your palms so they're facing outwards. And you're just going to reach up, look overhead. Now you can definitely do this standing or seated. You don't have to be kneeling. Reach. And then palms face you. Reach forward in the opposite direction. So you're trying to really get that roundness happening through your spine and your shoulders. Palms face out. Reach up into extension. And palms face you and go forwards into flexion. One more in each direction. Palms out, extend. And then palms forward and flex. Come up to standing from there for me. And now you're actually just going to do some arm circles. Reach the arms overhead for 1, 2, 3, and then back the other way. 1, 2, 3, One more roll down just for good measure. If you can, lean against a wall. Find a wall to lean against. But if you can't, don't worry. Just a standing roll down is fine. If you're against the wall, I want you to just let yourself hang into the wall. So your butt, your ribs, and your head are on the wall. Take a big breath in. Soften your knees and then nod your chin to your chest and feel each vertebra peel off the wall as your head makes its way towards the floor. Breathe in at the bottom and breathe out. Roll. Pelvis stacks on your thighs. Roll yourself back up, one vertebra at a time. Breathe in, and one more just because it feels really nice. Roll down, peel yourself away. Inhale at the bottom and exhale. Stack your pelvis onto your thighs. Roll your vertebrae out one at a time. Take a big breath in for me and a big breath out, and you are all done.